Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Aokana. So I actually did not just come back from the gym. I've been back from the gym for about... had to kind of hold out a burp there. After like 2 hours ago, or prior to 2 hours right now. But I was like ordering a lot of food today. I guess when you get older, man, you just kind of... I don't know if this applies to everyone, but I personally feel like I'm a lot more inclined to buy stuff on a discount. So when I was seeing some Krispy Kreme on discounts and like a couple of burgers, I just went ahead and ordered some. So that's why this video is actually a bit longer than usual. At least the starting recording time. Of course, the uploading time for Patreon will also be a bit late compared to usual. But yeah, the gym has been pretty great, but I kind of sprained my right arm. I don't think it's a sprain actually. I think it just like hurt because I was sleeping on my side. But thankfully, after going to the gym today, it feels a bit better. I think it helps because when I go to the gym, I use pretty good form. So it stretches the muscle like in a correct position rather than making it like impede, you know? So that's why after I finished the gym, it was actually a lot better than when I just first woke up. But yeah, I am all fed up right now. I ate some donuts and also ate a burger. And I still got a couple more to devour for tomorrow, I guess. But yeah, let me talk about the last episode recap. So in the last episode, we primarily focused on the romance part of the route. And we got our first H scene, so that is something to be happy about, I suppose. I personally think the last H scene was very nice. Though I haven't really read a vanilla story or, you know, a super romantic story in quite some time. Whenever I do play visual novels on my off time, and usually they'd be like the Japanese ones, they'd either be nukigays or they would be more on the dark, you know, like the more dark tone, creepy atmosphere kind of visual novel. And none of them would have very vanilla type of romance. So, like, voice acting yesterday's H scene was pretty intense. Like, I feel like most people would probably want their, you know, like a first romance to be like that. It was pretty cute. And I don't say that quite often, since I am a pretty jaded person. But yeah, that weird transition from the H scene to whatever this is that we're gonna load our save file into was pretty stupid. They don't even... I guess they have a fade to black, but they don't have any sort of like talk before suddenly just boom. This next scene is just Misaki doing some FC. But yeah, without further ado, let's actually continue the story. And this might be the last episode for Misaki's route. But I guess we'll see. I'm not sure if, you know, like there's only going to be one H scene. But if there is only one H scene, I'm actually going to be decently pleased. Like the H scene was good, but I feel like an overabundance of H scene will just degrade the game. That first one was really good though, in my opinion. Misaki in the lower position and Masked Skywalker in the higher position are on the field where they've been practicing for quite a while now. Shirase-san, Prez, and I are looking up at them while we hold a strategy meeting. Shirase-san raises the idea he's been writing on the whiteboard and starts again. To draw someone in FC terms, is to use a feint or something to get your opponent to move down toward you. It combines well with a reversal.
リバーサルか。覆面選手と美咲ちゃんじゃ実力差が大きいから決まるけど、相手が乾選手や飛鳥ちゃんだったらどうかな。そもそも何回チャレンジできて、そのうちの何回が決まるか。
I speak into my headset. Return to your positions and go again. No reversals this time.
了解。
Mask, please ensure you don't get drawn in by any feints.
わかった。なんだったっけ？進藤君のアドバイス。
Alright, we also got the advice from Shindo-san about... well, I forgot what his advice was actually about. I just remember that Shindo said Misaki's a genius and Masaya needed that confirmation to, you know, to feel like he didn't make a wrong choice by choosing Misaki. Which to me feels like so beta of Masaya. Like, come on. To fight on a small scale.
小さな枠ね。言いたいことはわかる気がするけど、どういう答えを出せばいいんだろうね。進藤も謎かけみたいな面倒なことせずに、答えをそのままズバリと言ってくれればいいのにな。
He was just telling me it was something worth considering. I honestly doubt he even has an answer himself. Either way, I'm grateful he's given us a nudge in the right direction.
整理して考えてみるか。白瀬さん、ホワイトボードを借りてもいいですか？いいよ。
Press proceeds to draw a little figure of Misaki under the figure of Inui that Shirase-san drew.
上に乾がこうやって浮かんでるとして、飛沢がここで。
You've got Misaki's limbs the wrong way.
あ、上下を逆に書いてしまったか。あ、でも飛沢ならこのくらいのことはできるんじゃないか？
Why would you even assume that? I'm pretty sure she can't dislocate her joints at will. Shirase-san smiles as he looks at the picture.
まあ、乾選手に接近した美咲ちゃんが背面飛行してるという絵ってことなら、辻褄は合うんじゃないかい？
What? Press and I look at each other at the exact same time. We're definitely onto something here. Something good.
白瀬さん、今なんて言いました？
He looks confused as he stares over at me and Prez.
何かな？
You just mentioned inverted flight. Inverted flight. So, going backwards?
言ったけど。
Or what? The reverse, right? Inverted is reverse. We all fall silent. Feels like we've got something, right?
だよな。背面飛行か。背面飛行ね。
You're not giving me much, illustration here. You gotta give me something to work on other than just that. I speak into my headset. Misaki, Mask, come down here. There's something we need to discuss.
何？
死ぬがよい。
あ、はい、前処します。
The two of them have their usual back and forth as they ascend.
どうしたの？
Take a look at this. Oh, okay, so... I'm looking at the picture more now, so... She's flying while, you know, looking up at Inui. So usually, you would think that when you're flying, you wouldn't be laying down, right? So she's kind of laying down there when she's flying. I point at the whiteboard.
上が乾で、下が飛沢だ。
私の手足がボキボキですね。
謎の覆面選手に倒された近未来の姿。そういうことだ。
なんてむごい！何もあんな無残な姿にしなくても。
The figures are of Inui-san and Misaki. You're not even there, Mask.
ならば、こうすればよい。
Mask Skywalker snatches the pen from the president.
こうすればよいのだ。
What, is this gonna give us more clues about what to do? Then they draw a mask on the upper figure. Oh, okay, you're so useless.
私の負けが確実に。
God damn it, Manamo.
時間の問題だ。死ぬがよい。
前処します。
Anyway, Misaki, this is you flying inverted. What do you think?
どう思うって漠然と言われても。
実は全員漠然としてるんだ。ただ背面飛行が答えになるんじゃないかって予感はあってね。
背面飛行が答え？まさやそれってどういうこと？
Look, say for instance you could fly on your back as well as you could do normally. What then?
背面で同じ。
Everyone remains silent for about half a minute.
もしそれができるなら、乾選手の作戦の多くを無効にできるね。
Would it though?
マジですか？
やっぱりそうなります？
え、どういうことですか？
I take two Mr. Shitos out of my bag. Then I hold them pointing the same way, heads down to the ground. Look here. Inui's tactics revolve around maintaining the height advantage. While above your opponent, it's easy to monitor their actions, but the person below has a difficult time knowing what's going on above. That's where the advantage comes from.
上の紫藤君から下の紫藤君は見えても、下の紫藤君から上の紫藤君は見えないもんね。
Okay, that's true. I press the upper Mr. Shito's face against the back of the lower one. Being in the upper position also makes it easier to target your opponent's back in a dogfight. The person below simply has to have their back to their opponent at all times.
毎日実感してる。
The person in the upper position can also use gravity to help them accelerate, but the person in the lower position has less potential energy, so they can't do it as effectively.
連日下のポジションで練習してるんだから、そういうのはよくわかってますよ。
And so, I flip the lower Mr. Shito around. Now both players can see each other.
あ、そうか。上から下を見るように、下から上を見ることができるのか。
I bump the two Mr. Shito's heads. And if they enter a dogfight while they're both facing each other, they'd be completely equal. Would they though? Wouldn't like the upper Mr. Shito still? Like if you touch the bottom one, you'd still get sent down to the water, right? Like what Shindo-san did to Asuka. I forgot the name of the move, where he plummeted Asuka down to the water.
そっか。そういうことになるのかな。
Misaki stares between the Mr. Shitos and the whiteboard before continuing.
背面飛行ができれば上下関係はなくなるってことだよね。
No, it still matters. The people that are at the top is still going to have an advantage. With one exception.
それは重力かな。
Exactly. The person above still has gravity to their advantage. That'll hold true even during a dogfight, but I press the Mr. Shitos together. When we consider your specialty as dogfights, gravity is no longer a deciding factor. Misaki quickly alternates looks between me, Shirase-san, and Prez.
もしかして乾さんの作戦を破る方法が見つかったということ？
Maybe, but there's still a big problem. Misaki anxiously opens her mouth.
それって？
背面飛行だね。
True, it's not easy to just suddenly, do something that's kind of unusual.
背面飛行ってあまりしたことないけど難しいの？
I'm guessing it's like a back paddle in swimming, right? I've never done it properly myself, so I don't know. I turn to Shirase-san. There aren't many people who practice inverted flight, right?
確かにね。でも想像するだけで難しいのはわかるよ。遊びでやるならともかく 試合でするとなると話は全然別だからね。
Yeah, for sure. I could probably try to do a back paddle for fun, but if I were to try to go fast, like freestyle is way faster. Yeah, maintaining an inverted flight form is probably difficult enough.
そんなとこから？そんなの慣れじゃないの？
I doubt it's that easy to get used to.
それはそうだけど。
I mean, we can try right now, though. The settings on graph shoes are set with normal, level flying in mind. The anti-graviton membrane created by the shoes makes it easiest to fly in that position.
でもグラシュっていろいろ細かい設定ができるんだよね。背面飛行に合わせて設定すれば？
You probably could.
飛びさは試合中ずっと背面飛行するつもりか？
Yeah, that's true, though.
ああ、それは無理かも。
Changing the settings on your shoes for inverted flight would make it harder to fly normally.
ずっと背面飛行というのも面白いかもよ。そんな選手の存在を誰も考えてないから、美咲ちゃんが本気で挑むなら全国優勝も夢じゃないかもね。
That's true. It is pretty interesting.
面白くなってきやがったぜ。
Not happening.
どうしてかな？
If we put all our eggs in a basket, all it would take is for one player to work out a counter strategy and we'd be ruined. Besides, you can only fly inverted when you're below your opponent.
確かにね。有利な上のポジションを取った時に下の相手に背中を見せ続けることになるわけだからね。
Can't you change your settings between each match though? Right? Isn't that like an easy thing to do?
連続得点されまくりか。だからといってずっと下のポジションだと重力での加速を有効に使えないってことになるのか。
Yeah, it's just more advantageous to fly normally. We may win the first tournament we go to, but that would be the end of it. I want Misaki to be the best player possible. Misaki's not the kind of person who will win one tournament and let things end there.
そうなのか、美咲ちゃん。
さあ、そういうのはコーチに聞いてください。
Man, he's thinking as if like he's got this in the bag already. I feel like this is so weird considering, you know, like he's already thinking about 2 tournaments ahead. Which, if you guys remember what I said on like maybe 2 episodes ago at this point, like this tournament is just a stepping stone for Misaki, right? Even if she misses it, it's still gonna be okay. But he's like, yeah, this stepping stone's in the bag. Like, even with you, like, mastering inverted flight, there's no guarantee you're gonna fucking win. Like, what the hell? Talk about an overblown ego.
でも背面飛行に特化した選手って面白いと思うけどね。
覆面さんがやります？
そんな他人のアイデアを奪うような真似はしないのだ。
じゃ、私がやらせていただきます。
The ideal situation has you focusing on normal flying, while being able to break out inverted flight if the need arises.
でもそれだとメンブレンの問題があるんだよね。
Prez?
メンブレンの効果がないんだったら別のものでそれを補えばいいだろう。
Like?
あ、もしかして。
Prez strikes one of his signature poses.
筋肉 Muscle is wonderful! Muscle is strong! No muscle! No fly!
Whatever you say, Prez.
マッスルシスターになる未来が唐突に来てしまった。
It might be a good idea to train your back muscles and abs to help maintain your form.
筋肉をつけるがよい。
誰も筋肉から私を守ってくれないの？
まあみんな先走らないように。そもそも背面飛行で乾選手の作戦を本当に破れるのか実際に試してみるのが先だろ。
Exactly. Better to test out a theory than debate it, huh?
よーし、すぐにやってみよ
You okay with this, Mask?
いつでも大丈夫だ。
う。心強い。本当にいつもありがとうございます。超感謝してます。
覆面は貴様を倒すために参加しているのだ。死ぬがよい。
覆面さんのためなら喜んで善処します。
はいはい、じゃあやってみようか。
にゃ
This is so ridiculous. It's an all-you-can-eat Misaki buffet out there.
これはまた豪快にやられてるな。
That's fine, but Mask is being relentless.
言ってあるからね。
Huh? Told them to what?
美咲ちゃんの弱いとこを見つけたらそこを容赦なくつくようにってね。
You really gave that order?
覆面さんは精神的に弱いとこがあるからそう強く言っておかないと強い相手に萎縮しちゃうんだよ。
大声を出したりあえて傲慢な態度を取ったりすると勇気が出たりすることありますからね。
If you can't, yeah, you gotta fake it till you make it, right? I think that's the saying. Oh, I see. Shindo-san started yelling when playing against Asuka and Inui too. I assume it was a tactic to make his opponents cower, but it seems part of it was to encourage himself as well. So that's what Mask's doing.
そうだね。ひ弱で優しい性格だからね。ちょっと効果が出すぎな気もするけど。
You care a lot about Mask, huh?
そうかな。気のせいじゃないかな。
No, I'm pretty sure I'm not.
ひなた、それ以上聞くのは野暮。
Huh? What?
粋じゃない。つまり無粋だ。覆面している奴の正体を知ろうとしちゃいかんぞ。
I see. They're hiding themselves because they want to. I shouldn't be poking my nose into it. Yeah, in a like a calm situation or friendly situation like this, I think that's actually a good approach to not do anything to find out who they are. But if it's like I guess usually when I think of someone using a mask, usually it's between like, or you know, the first thing that comes to mind is like in a tournament arc in a shonen manga. And yeah, you kind of want to know who they are, and usually the masked person would be pretty overpowered, right? But in this case, they're not really that strong, so there's no real use of finding out who they are. Misaki doesn't have enough practice partners as it is, and it'd be hard to find someone else who will work this hard. So that's fine, but still, if I ever get the chance to pay Mask back for this, I definitely will.
ありがとう。で、この状況はどうしようか。
Let's have them come down for now. I switch on my headset. Come down, you two.
にゃ
Misaki is evidently exhausted. She approaches, unsteady on her feet. How'd it go?
いつもよりは視界は広がったかな。そういう意味ではとっても試合をしやすかったね。あと向かい合ってるので背中を狙われる怖さが減った。
Those are some big pluses.
でも今のとこ良かったのはそのくらいかな。
I'll bet. Things wouldn't have gone so bad up there if you only had good things to say.
まず単純に怖い。背中が空と背中が海じゃ圧迫感が違う。常に海に落ちそうな気がする。あと高さが分かりづらい。
It is? How so?
普通に飛んでいればいろいろ見えるよね。軽く首を動かすだけでここの砂浜も見えるし、遠くの景色も見えるし。
But you can't see that while flying inverted.
見えない見えない。冗談じゃないっすよ。
What's with the sudden Hosaka impression?
空しか見えない。全身で反り返ったり首を思いっきり曲げたり、 そういう不自然な動きをしないと高さを把握するのは無理。
Makes sense. When flying normally, you can just tilt your head down to see the ground. But that's impossible when flying inverted.
青空と雲と太陽しか見えないからね。
上下の距離感が把握しづらいってことだね。前後はどうかな。
基本的に V は見えるんですけど、見えなくなる角度が通常飛行より大きい気がします。
でもその問題はセコンドのマサヤの指示でどうとでもなることじゃないのか。
それはそうかもしれないですけど、やっぱりわからないのは不安です。距離感がないとドッグファイトがうまくできないかもしれないですしね。
Right. Was there anything else that bothered you?
やっぱり姿勢かな。体が窮屈な気がして覆面さんの反応に一瞬遅れてしまう。
覆面の実力が貴様に勝っているだけだとしたら、
いつの間に抜かれたの？
で、日向と飛沢はどうするつもりだ？
As in?
秋の大会だよ。もし秋の大会で乾に勝つつもりなら、今からこの作戦の練習を始めても遅いくらいだろ。
確かにね。
Misaki and I look at each other.
背面飛行を試してみるか、他の作戦を考えてみるか、それとも秋の大会はいろいろ諦めるか。決断するのはそんなとこかな。
I think it's worth trying out inverted flying. But in the end, the decision's up to Misaki.
私がどう答えるか分かっているのに、そういうこと言うんだからいやらしいな。
How is that perverted? What's so perverted about it? Misaki stares up at me.
私が断るわけないって知ってるくせに、私に決めさせるとこがいやらしいって言ってるの。
Okay? Is that actually perverted?
死ぬがよい。
前処しますから覆面さん、秋の大会までお願いします。
Misaki bows her head. Mask is slightly taken aback.
覆面についてこれるかな。
よろしくお願いします。
じゃあその方向で行ってみようか。練習内容も新しく考えないとね。
Yeah. Misaki bounces up as she gives a giant nod.
ドキドキす
You are?
る。だって新しいことが始まるんだから。私たちが始めるんだよ。すごくない？
Awesome, huh? Yeah, it sure is. Shindo-san's words cross my mind. He says we're lucky to be able to play FC while it's still developing. I didn't doubt that he believed that, but I did think part of him was just trying to act tough. I thought maybe he'd convince himself of that so it didn't feel like all the work he'd put in had been laid to waste by Inoue. But I was wrong. We're all standing right in the midst of the storm of change, one that we influence ourselves. There's Misaki, there's Mask, there's Shirase-san, there's Prez, and there's me. One thing.
どうしたんだい？
顔が赤いぞ。
どうしたの？お腹減ったとか？
I'm really glad we have this chance to work together. My words are completely heartfelt, and yet... You didn't have to laugh with them too, Misaki. Everyone erupts with laughter. As embarrassing as this is, everyone's smiling, so it's not all that bad. That was a very weird way to end the scene.
行かせない。
行きます。
Misaki throws a feint as she flies inverted below Mask, ascending into a dogfight. Mask touches Misaki's back.
覆面選手が綺麗に引き上げたね。
Man, Mask's gotten really good.
まあ、美咲ちゃん相手にこれだけドッグファイトの練習をしていたら強くなって当然だよ。だとしてもやっぱり背面飛行だと反応が鈍い。
Yeah. 10 days have passed since we started practicing inverted flight. Yet Mask is still able to keep Misaki in check and steal points off her. Things are going pretty well, I think. But there's one thought constantly running through my mind. Summer break is almost over. Is this too much for her to master in such a short time? Misaki's panting and her movements have gotten sloppier. Her concentration is evidently broken. Prez, could you switch with Mask?
Okay! いつでも飛べる!
I switch on my headset. Mask, it's time to descend. Prez is up next. We'll switch to practicing stopping a speeder.
了解。
覆面選手は慣れてるから攻撃をかわせるのであって、乾選手なら最初は戸惑って何もできないかもしれないよ。
Maybe. I know Shirase-san's being considerate here. If Misaki or I end up feeling defeated by how things are going, everything we've done will be for nothing. But his kindness doesn't help formulate our tactics. It's okay, Shirase-san. Neither of us have any plans of giving up now.
そうかい。だったら言うけど、美咲ちゃんはつかめていないね。
You should have just said that from the beginning. Come on now.
こういうとこは天才肌っぽく簡単に乗り越えると思ったんだけどね。
I mean, it's not easy changing the way you do your sport, you know? It's like, I guess, the first thing that comes to mind for me is like when you're playing tabletop tennis, there's like two ways for you to hold the paddle, and you change the way you hold the paddle, right? It's not gonna be very easy. I don't play tabletop tennis, but I assume that's how it feels like. In cycling, I guess it'd be like when you're using shifters that are on road bikes and then suddenly changing into a mountain bike where the handlebars are, you know, horizontal? What's the word I'm looking for? Flat. There we go. Genius or not, I thought so too. I think back to that one summer day where I was forced to see a vision of my future self. How was Misaki able to do that if this is where she stumbles? We're walking toward Misaki's house. This area is full of old, historic buildings, making it seem far more refined than the new residential area where I live.
はあ、想像していたより難しいな、背面飛行。
I actually prefer these type of homes compared to the more modern style actually. They're super homey. It's an uphill battle.
うまくできなくて悔しい。悔しい。
Oh?
悔しくて悔しい。わかりやすく言うと、おばあちゃんの畑がイノシシに荒らされた時の10倍くらいの悔しさだよ。
Yeah, not sure I get that.
想像を絶する悔しさだってこと。
Can I ask you something?
エッチな質問？マサやったら男の子なんだから。
Why would I do that at a time like this?
だって他に聞きたいことなんかないでしょ？
Of course there is. Tons of stuff.
怪しいな。絶対にエッチな質問だと思うけど。ではどうぞ。
Please don't suddenly have an H scene after this, Misaki. Please don't be that type of story where, you know, they don't really know where to put the H scene, so they just kinda sideload it in succession. So after the first H scene, it's literally just gonna be H scene city until they can progress the story. I hope this doesn't go like that. That would be way too annoying for me. It's about that day we first met. You were flying even faster than me. Plus, your form was similar to mine, but even more beautiful.
そうだったかな。
This may be a weird question, but I assume Misaki just happened to get the hang of things quickly, right at the start. But then why? Why are you only at this level when you were able to do so much in your first match?
なんか微妙な質問だね。
I was pretty damn strong. How the hell did you manage to fly better than me when you were a beginner? It should have been impossible. I'm embarrassed to be bringing up the past, but back then, I was good enough to represent Japan in the world stage. Yet Misaki hadn't even competed in a regional, let alone a national. It's hard to believe she was a beginner.
ありえないって言われてもな。
I get that you're lacking in stamina, but you should have won a national tournament or something by now.
そんなことないって。というか実際そんなことなかったんだからさ。
I just don't get it. Your form's still great, so why choose to be a fighter? Wouldn't you have been better off as a speeder or all-rounder?
そもそもバチバチしたい性格だってこともあるし、スピーダーもオールラウンダーも飛行姿勢に自信がなかった。
Huh? I thought you said you could do anything.
なんでもできるけどさ、実際にやればそれなりに形になるよ。だけどスピーダーやオールラウンダーを真面目にやるには荷が重いというか、過去の理想が鮮やかすぎてさ。
Idealistic about what?
マサヤは勘違いしてるというか、私の気持ちを知ろうとしなかったから言う機会がなかったけど。
Wrong idea about what? Weren't you just flying for fun? Misaki forces a small smile.
半分はね、もう半分はがっかりしてた。
About what?
急にマサヤが辞めたじゃない？あれ、私が下手すぎるから怒ったんだって思って。それでおばあちゃんの家にいる間謝ろうと思って毎日海岸に通ってた。
You did? Oh, I'm sorry.
怒らせたのは私の飛行姿勢が汚かったからだと思って。
She did say that when she was recollecting the past with Messiah in the classroom. She forced herself to adopt another style.
だからスピードで勝負するスタイルはやめた方がいいかなと思って。
I don't really know what to say. I'm sorry. I truly mean that. I just hope it can fix things after all this time.
謝るのは私の方だよ。それにさ、スピーダーやオールラウンダーは性格の問題以外でもできなかったと思う。
What do you mean?
あの時もし私の飛び方が上手だったとしたら、それは横にマサヤがいたからだよ。
Maybe, but there are tons of people better than me. You can go online and see hundreds of videos.
そうじゃなくて、息遣いとか肌の感覚とか匂いとか、そういうので知りたいの。そういうのを感じれば成長できる気がする。
So that means you've never met anyone better than me, and that's why you're still at the same level.
そのレベルって言われると反論したくなるけど、マサヤみたいな人に会わなかったからかもね。
So that's it, huh? Lines are starting to form in my head between problems that I'd never really spared much thought. Maybe the basis for Misaki's shock was that she was using tactics she couldn't comprehend simply by watching. Sure, it might have been surprising if she'd been able to fly at insane speeds, or take insanely tight turns, or pull off insane aileron rolls, or do insanely fast low yo-yos. But that wouldn't have been enough to make her consider quitting FC. You can't understand Inui's tactics simply by watching. You have to develop a mind for FC first. That's what left Misaki in so much shock. On top of that, she had to deal with the shock of Asuka readily understanding something she couldn't herself. And then there's one more problem. The reason she's progressing slower with inverted flight than she expected. She's never seen it before. Of course she hasn't. Tons of players end up flying inverted over the course of a match. but no one puts themselves in that position voluntarily. She has no model to imitate, and that leaves her progressing at the same rate as any normal person. That's okay though. More than okay actually.
背面飛行うまくできなくてマサヤを失望させてごめん。
I think it's a good thing.
どうして？
Because you won't forget something that you put in hard work and effort to master.
そういうもの？
Of course! There's such a thing as muscle memory, Misaki. A technique that you put in the effort to learn sticks with you way longer than one you learn instantly. It's far more ingrained in you. There's a mental aspect to it, too. It gives you the confidence to win with what you've learned.
なるほどね。でもそこまで努力してるかっていうと微妙って感じだけどね。
But you are. I'm the one who's making you stop practicing at the end of the day. If I left you alone, you'd probably keep going until the sun went down.
そこまでじゃないと思うけど、練習始まって3分くらいで限界って思うもん。
But I'm still the one stopping you, so that you don't overwork yourself. Listen, you should know you're putting in a ton of work, okay?
マサヤが言うならそうなんだろうね。
This is also like one of those coach talks that I can't do. Misaki goes strangely silent, then comes to a halt. Was gonna instantly say quiet there.
送ってくれるのここまででいいよ。こっから先は一人で大丈夫。
I'll see you back to your house.
いい一人で歩きたい気分。それにおばあちゃんに見つかったらボーイフレンドを紹介しなさいってうるさいからさ。
You could introduce me though.
いやそういうのにはいろいろ覚悟が必要ですわい。今日のとこはここで。
Okay, see you later.
バイバイ。
Misaki waves me off before spinning around and walking right off. Wow, it's been such a long time since we actually see this background, holy shit. I have dinner, take a bath, then start looking up the latest FC news online. Inui's tactics still aren't proving to be much of a topic of conversation. It seems that out of all the people in the audience, very few experience the same shock as us. That match between Inui and Shindo-san. From a normal perspective, it just looked like Inui kept him in check the whole time and won that way. But I imagine more people will realize that's not the case in the next tournament. But that is what's the case though. Yeah, sure, she has a lot, like, that she considered. But that is still it at the end of the day, Messiah. The change in FC might all come from Shito Island, huh? As I gaze blankly at my monitor, my phone starts to ring on my desk. Misaki's calling. What's up? Something wrong?
あのさ、
Hmm?
今から出てこれないかな。
Please don't be an H scene. Dear God! Now? This late?
会いたいの。とは言ってもエッチな意味ではないです。残念。
No, I'm actually really glad, Misaki. If what you're saying is the truth. Totally. It really gets your hopes up when a girl rings to tell you they want to see you this late at night.
なんと素直な答えでしょうか。
So, why do you want to see me?
実はその体が熱くてね。
Hmm? So this is about sex?
だから違うって。
What then?
飛びたい。
Huh?
どうしても飛びたい。飛ぶとこを見てほしいの。お願いだから止めないでね。
Okay.
そんな簡単に分かっちゃったんだ。
And you told me not to say no. Besides, I used to do this all the time back in the day. I'd jump up in the dead of night and start flying. Even if I'd been told to stop practicing, I just kept going alone. My entire being was FC, and I couldn't be stopped. Okay, I'll come meet you at your place. Girls shouldn't be out alone this late at night. I actually thought she had a fever or something. I set up the boys, then stare up at the beautiful moon hanging in the night sky. I feel uneasy. The clubroom door gives its usual weird creak as Misaki steps out, change into her practice gear.
この部室で着替えるのって悪いことしている気がするな。
I know what you mean. This is a place we abandoned. I know everyone would be more than happy to welcome us back, but it still feels like we don't belong here. Why do you even need to be here? Why not just go to the beach? We'd stand out way too much if we flew over at the beach. Who cares? Isn't it worse here? Worst outcome would be someone reporting us to the police. Is it gonna be that bad? What the hell? Which would end with us being arrested and then suspended from school. We don't have to worry here though. The cliffs stop people from being able to see. Misaki stretches out wide.
じゃ、早速飛ぼうかな。ここで飛ぶの久しぶりだな。
Start off slow.
わかってるわかってる。
Why is this playing the sad music though? Is something bad going to happen? Misaki activates her graph shoes and flies toward the field.
うひゃー、夜飛ぶのは怖いな。
I'm watching you. Don't worry. Yeah, it's really dangerous cycling at night too. God, I hate those cars. The moonlight helps me take in Misaki's form.
信用してる。じゃ、アップから背面飛行で行くよ。
Okay, that was a really weird BGM to use there. It was like super like anxious, like anxiety inducing, but nothing actually happened with that when that music was playing. Not yet. Keep those low yo-yos sharp on the descent. Don't be afraid.
背中から海に落ちていくみたいで怖いんだってば。
If you keep this up, you'll never get anywhere. Misaki drops down in the night sky as she flies on her back. I mean, dropping like in the ocean at how much speed you are while you're doing FC here, which I don't really know, but they're probably going at least 100 kilometers an hour, right? Because they're going against the wind. And that's when, you know, like aerodynamics actually play a part in the winds and stuff. Well, technically, when you're cycling, it's when you're going past like 40 or like, you know, 40 kilometers an hour. It's when you start, you know, being buffeted by the wind quite a lot more. When you're going slow, not much. Wait, did I actually say that? Misaki drops down in the night sky, she flies on her back. Sorry about that. My mind was elsewhere while talking about cycling. Her steep descent turns into a steep ascent. We're practicing sharp-angled low yo-yos. If you can't get this done, you'll never be able to fly.
好き勝手言って。昼より口調が厳しくない？
Cause I get the feeling you're in the mood for it.
そういう気分ですよ。
How was I supposed to actually do that question mark? We need to increase the precision of our low yo-yos, high yo-yos, and scissors. That's the only way she'll perfect inverted flight. Now, do a high yo-yo. Your reactions are slow. You're taking a moment to think after I give my orders.
通常飛行と体の使い方を逆にしなきゃいけないんだから迷う。
Well, you better ingrain it into your body so it doesn't take a moment. No back talk. Just do it.
マサヤの言うことは信じるし指示通りやるけど口答えはする。
She sure is a confusing girl. Fine. Do as I say and you can complain all you want. Do the scissors. Too slow. Just wiggling your ass around doesn't count as bending.
うるさいうるさいうるさい。
Come on. Do the scissors again. Too slow. At this rate, both Inu and Asuka will beat you. I thought you didn't want to lose.
負けたくない負けたくない負けたくない。ここまでやってこんなことまでして負けたらどうしたらいいかわかんないもん。
Then put your back into it.
食いしばる。
Speed up. Faster.
私別にアスカのこと嫌いなわけじゃないから好きだから。乾さんのことだって嫌いなわけじゃない。
I know.
ただ私は負けたくないだけ。負けたら全部失ってしまいそうで怖いからそれだけだから。
I know! Faster! Why does this have to be your freaking victory shout, Misaki? Or whatever, like, what do you call it? Like, you know, to amp yourself up? Don't stop! Go! Fly on your back and touch that boy! She tries to check where the boy is as she moves toward it, so the recoil from the impact sends her flying outside of the field. Don't stop! Get back! I thought I told you not to stop! Have you gone deaf? This is also something that I actually cannot do. I'm not usually someone that forces people to do something, you know. That's why maybe I can't become a coach. I can give people like logical explanations about why they should do X instead of Y, etc. and tell them how to do stuff optimally. But I'm not the type that forces people to do something that they're not comfortable with. And I guess that's why I'm not really fit to be a coach, right? I'm okay as like, you know, like an advisor or something. She's at her limit. She's fatigued in both body and soul. Normally, I'd force her to rest. But not today. We're not stopping till she wants to. There are some things you can only learn through times of extreme practice, and that time has come for Misaki. Of course, I can't promise she'll learn anything here, but... well, there's a world you can only see at the very extremes of exhaustion. Whether that's meaningful or not, however, is up to fate. You just don't know until you try. But for now... if you don't do this now, I'll never let you practice like this again. Have you already lost the will to fly? Next. Go! Fly! Accelerate! Faster! She didn't actually, you know, meow there. I don't know what the localization's fixation about wanting Misaki to be a fucking cat. The moon begins to wane as Misaki's yell contorts into a shriek that pierces the night sky. Okay, I guess that grunt was cat-like. She must be at her limit now, right? I must admit, I didn't think Misaki had this much in her. She used to hate practice so much. She really is determined this time. Tears threatened to well up in my eyes. But I know that's not all. That's just one of many reasons she has to fly. One of the others is... to save me. That's why she's pushing herself so hard. I really am gonna cry now. But I know I have to fight back my tears. I can't show her weakness now. A coach's weakness is easily moved onto their players. So instead, I encourage her. Go! You can do this! I know you got more in you! Then touch that boy and accelerate! Huh? I thought she'd be repelled by the boy. It's happened countless times already. She's worn out and can't move the way she wants to. Misaki's arm extends with an almost eerie smoothness. She touches the boy and moves naturally into acceleration. Her line is straight with no bends in sight. She's accelerating pretty fast too. No slacking! Go into a low yo-yo! No way! Misaki shoots straight down, again in a perfect line. Misaki! Awesome! That's great! You only need to use your brain when you need to survey the entire game. When you just need to move, it can be as blank as you like. If anything, it's better blank. Your head is for understanding the situation. Your body is for taking that understanding and flying accordingly.
どうして急に
Damn you, Deus Ex Machina. I feel my entire body relax upon hearing Misaki laugh. My shoulders, which had tensed up without me realizing, drop down casually. The weight of the world has finally been lifted off me. These things happen. You did it, Misaki. In real life, not so much, Messiah. But because this is anime, I'm gonna be okay with it. It does make for a good story after all.
掴んだ
Yup.
そうなんだこういうことあるんだやったすごいよね
You really are amazing, Misaki. You're a genius.
私天才とな
Right now, at least.
今だけでも嬉しいな
The underlying theory here is that fatigue has left her unable to think, and also unable to consciously exert herself. This happens because a person's body will cut down its use of non-critical functions when you're in a fatigued state. It does this so it can try and maintain use of functions necessary to survive. At times like this, your mind and body become one. All unnecessary movements are reduced, allowing you to act smoothly. Any extraneous force is removed, erased. It's not easy to forget something you learn in this way, similar to how one will never forget how to ride a bicycle. Great work, Misaki. You must be exhausted. Come back down.
ダメ
Why not?
今やめたらコツを離しちゃいそうな気がして怖いからもう少し飛ぶ
Yeah, this is also something that I have personally felt. I don't know if you got like most people don't really play rhythm games, right? Rhythm games are not like a very popular genre. But back when I was playing like Project Diva, there was a point in my time where I was like, man, if I stop playing this game at some point, I might not be able to play again. And that kind of scared me for a time, because I really love playing rhythm games. And while it's true that you can probably regress your way of playing, it doesn't mean that muscle memory is forever lost. It's still there. You're just gonna train it back to speed for, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks or so. Like, you can still play as you did before. Heck, sometimes even better. You just gotta practice again. Fine. Fly until you feel comfortable with it. Same thing with Osu, I guess. Well, like I said, rhythm games in general. Misaki continues to fly around the field on her back. Now we can put up a good fight. Oh, sorry. Put up a fight. I'm excited. I might be able to get Misaki to where I promised I would. I feel a smile forming on my face. But what will happen to me when she makes it? A strange feeling of anxiety is swirling in my chest. It's a dark blob that goes round and round and round. My smile vanishes. I can feel my face stiffening up. Why? I avert my eyes. I don't need to face this feeling. I persuade myself. There's no need to look at it. Wipe it out. I don't think so, Messiah. Whenever a feeling emerges, there's always an underlying cause. Misaki turns off her graph shoes and lands on the ground. He's probably feeling the same way when he feels when he saw Asuka back then, right? Like, Misaki's gonna go past Messiah. Good work out there. You did really well. But Messiah is having like super, you know, not uncontrollable, what's the word I'm looking for? Illogical thoughts right now, right? He was the one that wanted Misaki to actually fly better and save him. I guess he's afraid that Misaki's gonna leave him behind, even though of course that's not going to happen.
汗かいちゃった。早く着替えたい。
Cool. Come on, get inside. I opened the clubroom door and urged Misaki to enter.
着替えるから、マサヤも部室に来て。
Hmm? Did you forget how language works again? Maybe the fatigues made her forget the existence of negatives.
いいから、マサヤも部室に来て。
Don't do this to me, Misaki. Don't do this! Why?
いいから。
Don't do this, Misaki! Okay, I said okay. Wait, don't pull me! Misaki drags me by the arm into the clubroom. Damn you, hentai games!
付き合ってくれてありがとう。
I hope this is not going where it's going in my brain. No, I should be thanking you.
そんなことない。私のわがままなんだから。
But you produced the results here, Misaki.
でも追い込んでくれたのはマサヤだから。で、こんな譲り合いをしたいんじゃなくて。
Huh? Misaki suddenly starts to strip her practice gear. God damn you! Please! Please, no! Patreon.com Azaikyousuke. Yup, I think it's gonna happen. This music's playing. Fuck! I hate this! I hate when they sideline H scenes like this. Fucking hell! Hey! Hold on now!
待てない。とにかく今は頭がうわーってなってるから、こういうことしないと気が済まないの。
How the hell do you end up being unable to calm down without stripping? I said hold it!
待たないって言ってるじゃない。
Hold it!
待たない。
Misaki's eyes remain perfectly level as she yells at me. She maintains this imposing stance as she reaches out for her practice gear.
待つわけがない。
You can't, huh? Well, guess I'm all out of options. Ah. Damn you hentai games. Sometimes I hate the fact that the games that I play are hentai games. When story games do this, I hate it. But when it's like a Nuki-ge, I'm fine with it because I came in expecting for, you know, the H scenes. But for me, when a story game does this, the H scenes are kind of like a chore more so than anything. Well, at least the transition that time wasn't that bad. I guess in contrast to what happened in the first one, it was actually decent. And yeah, we're back, YouTube. Don't get me wrong, by the way, the H scene was actually still pretty good. So this is for people on YouTube who missed what I said during the H scene. So the thing I just dislike about H scenes in general during these story segments is that the spacing between the H scenes is a bit too short, right? Once you get the first H scene, the second H scene is actually in arm's reach, right? So that's why I feel like they should have sparse it or, you know, space it a lot better than this. Maybe like having it 2 episodes, 1 H scene instead of just... Right now, I'm firmly believing every other episode we're gonna have an H scene now. At least that one wasn't too long though. Maybe about 20 minutes at most, while the last one was a whole whopping hour plus. If including the scene where they were still talking at the classroom. Having changed back into her normal clothes, Misaki breathes a long sigh as she plops down beside me. Feeling better now?
落ち着いた落ち着いた。いや
Misaki giggles apologetically.
いつも迷惑ばかりかけてごめん。
I've never considered any of this trouble, so there's no need to apologize.
いつも迷惑ばかりかけてごめん。
Why do you sound irritated?
心外だな。イラつく感じじゃなくて可愛く言い直したつもりなんだけど。
Misaki blinks in amazement like she's just noticed something, then turns to look up at me awkwardly.
私まだテンション高いかな。
Definitely. She may have said she's calmed down, but she's clearly still excited from earlier. That said, she did calm down a fair bit after stripping. Though I guess I'd find it odd if you weren't all hyped up. I'd be worried why you were acting calm if anything.
つまりこのままでいいってことね。
For today, yeah. Would be a problem if it lasted like the whole week though. Inverted flight. She finally managed something she's been struggling with this whole time. It's only natural she's still excited. The emotions of such an achievement are hard to keep in check. Who knows how I would have reacted if I'd been the one in her shoes. Why is that so hard to say? You worked harder today than ever before.
そっか。私頑張ったか。はあ。そっか。
Misaki starts clapping the back of the chair.
私ついにできたんだよね。背面飛行を自分のものにしたんだよね。
I don't know, I think that was a fluke to be honest, Misaki. And I saw it all. You flew perfectly. That should help us come up with a whole bunch of new tactics.
よし。
Misaki's butt starts bouncing up and down off the chair as if she's got ants in her pants.
どうしよう。
About what?
今からもう一回試してみようかな。背面飛行の感覚をちゃんと捕まえたつもりではいるんだけど、もしかしたら勘違いかもしれないし。
Yeah, I guess she's also afraid that it was a fluke. She suddenly starts panicking.
もしかしたら捕まえきれていない可能性も。どうしようどうしようどうしよう。大変なことになってきた。
Do you remember how many times you pulled it off up there? Don't worry, you've got the hang of it. I guarantee it, Misaki.
でも不安だ。一回飛ぶだけだから。
No. As your coach, I really can't let you. And I'm sure you don't need to ask why. Besides, if I let you go up there, there's no way you'll come down after one attempt. I know she'd keep saying, just one more, over and over again.
でもあんなに疲れていたのにまだまだ飛べる気がする。今までの練習の成果で常人を超えたスタミナを身につけたかも。私ってば無限の練習が可能な肉体になったのでは。
No, it's just the adrenaline, Misaki. Wow, just listen to her. She's got the confidence of someone high on Class A drugs. You have built up your stamina, but you're only feeling this way because of the endorphin rush. Your body's exhausted. If you practice anymore, you'll just injure yourself.
そうなのかな。そんなことないと思うけど。
Trust me, your mind and body are in balance right now. You try and fly right now, and your body won't keep up.
そうかな。
I know. Your excitement might carry you for as long as you stay up, but if you do anything else, you won't even be able to move tomorrow morning.
恐ろしいにゃ。
True, if you have a strong enough mind, you can probably push your body towards, past your limits. Doesn't mean you can do it tomorrow though. Tomorrow you're gonna get the full brunt of it. It'd be suicidal to practice more. In fact, it might even just be suicide itself.
でもね、今やれば背面飛行の感覚をより強く握れると思う。今のままだったら試合の最中に掴んだものを離してしまうかもしれない気がして。
I can't let her continue down this train of thought. Misaki,
はい。
your body is what matters in a match. That's what you use to compete, not your mind. You need to trust me here.
心じゃなくて体？いつも頭を鍛えろって言ってるマサヤの言葉とは思えないけど。
Yeah, I can't deny that, Misaki. We're talking on the lowest level. If you're exhausted or injured, you won't be able to move how you want to, and you won't be any good in a match. Hell, you might not even be able to compete in a match.
それはそうだけど。
Besides, even at full strength, if you went into a match as hyped up as you are now, you'd stand no chance.
どういうこと？この気持ちで体調万全で試合をしたら負ける気はしないんだけど。
A person's vision narrows when they're excited.
それは冷静に考えられなくなってるという意味？
No, it's more fundamental than that.
具体的って意味がわからないんだけど。
You know when you're in a dogfight and your opponent seems to vanish, or how they can be right in front of you, but you won't see them stretching out an arm or a leg.
うん、たまにそういうことあるけど。
There are tons of reasons why that happens. Say your opponent enters your blind spot, or you fall for a feint. Your field of view is narrow enough without being excited. You know how, even though you're looking straight at me, you can see that desk behind me?
見える。
Yeah, peripheral vision and whatnot. If you were more excited, you wouldn't be able to see it. Worst case, you'd see nothing but my face. And if an opponent attacked you while your view was that narrow, well, I don't think I need to explain what would happen. Misaki suddenly nods vigorously.
ああ、そっか。マサヤのこと大好き大好き大好きって思っているときは、マサヤの顔しか見えなくなるもん。それと同じことか。
You have some scary eyes right now, Misaki. Maybe, but you didn't need to phrase it like that to embarrass me, did you? Basically, when you're excited, it gets harder to see your opponent's attacks.
そうなんだ。
It also keeps you from making calm judgments, like you said. You can't go into a match in that condition. You'd be surprised how many people do drugs before they go into some very crazy events, Messiah. In the real world, anyway. What'll you do if I let you practice more and then you end up hurting yourself and can't participate in the fall tournament? I already gave you special permission to do extra training today. I really shouldn't have let her do so much hard training on top of what she's already been doing. Things worked out in our favor this time, but there's no telling in the future. I think most people call that doping, right? Ideally, I should have coached her into learning how to fly inverted without the need for these extremes.
ごめん。
I get that you're anxious, and that the only way to get rid of that anxiety is to practice. But to do so for that reason alone would just be practicing for practice's sake.
練習のための練習。
It might help get rid of your anxieties in the short run, but you wouldn't be facing up to them like you need to. For that, you need to practice to become stronger. Misaki breathes a feeble sigh.
わかりました。マサヤの言うことにはちゃんと従う。心配しなくていいから。
What's up? Misaki giggles mischievously.
練習のしすぎで怪我をすれば大会に出なくていいのか。
Hey now, that's a bad thought. Cut it out. At least the whole thing about UFOs and meteorites would never happen.
冗談だってば。とても魅力的ではあるし、真剣に考える夜もあるとは思うけど、冗談にしておく勇気はあるから。
Courage, huh? I guess it is a form of courage. If she just doesn't enter the tournament, she can escape her worries about winning and losing. Taking time to participate anyway when you don't want to lose takes courage.
トーナメントってさ、1回戦が終わったら半分は敗者なんだよ。それって厳しすぎるというか、残酷じゃないかな。
No, not really. Yeah, I do. The hell? That just means they're not good enough. Come on now. To make matters worse, there's only one person who can make it through the entire tournament without losing. Thinking about it that way, it does take courage to go out there declaring you're aiming for first place. Sure, you can get unlucky and face someone who's really strong in the first match, but come on. As I said, you're just not good enough.
はあ、私はなんで FC をやってるのかにゃ。
And I kinda get why the localization likes to make Misaki sound like a cat. Even during the sex scene, she kinda groans or pants like a cat, which is, something. If you guys are into it, you guys are into it. I'm not gonna shame you guys as kinks. How many times have I had this conversation with Misaki now? I don't think it matters she's bringing it up as a joke or if it comes up in serious conversation. It's a doubt that's constantly plaguing her mind. Because you don't want to lose.
そうなんだけど、 それだけじゃ言い足りない気持ちがあるような気がする。もっと何かあると思うんだけど。
Maybe you're playing FC to find out the answer. Yeah, I feel like the main difference though between Misaki and me, I guess, is the fact that I'm okay with losing. And I guess Misaki and Messiah doesn't want to lose. That's like a very fundamental reason why our mindset cannot be, you know, like cannot mix and match.
正論っぽくもあり、詭弁っぽくもある言葉ですにゃ。
Either way, it's a problem for you, not me, Misaki. Misaki's face is all serious for a moment, but then she starts smiling bashfully.
そうかもしれませんにゃ。
I plan on doing all I can to make what I just said a reality, and not just pretentious bullshit. Perhaps, at the end of the day, it is just pretentious bullshit we're spouting to ourselves. But sometimes, you just gotta do whatever you can to push yourself forward.
よろしくお願いします。
No, thank you. Hmm? As I was bowing, I caught a silver hue in the corner of my eye. I casually glanced in that direction.
急に窓の外を見てどうしたの？
It's a full moon tonight, huh? The full moon hangs high up, a single eye in the sky.
ああ、満月なんだよね。背面飛行しているときよく見えた。普通に飛んでたらあの角度にある月は見えないけど、背面飛行だとチラチラと見えるんだよね。
Makes sense. You're facing in opposite directions after all.
ローヨーヨーするとき、月を見ながら落ちていく感じが新鮮というか不思議というか少し怖い気がした。ずっと落ちていってしまいそうで。
I see. Sounds like some kind of nightmare.
ハイヨーヨーしてもローヨーヨーしても月の大きさって変わらないじゃない？飛んでも月は変わらないから、どういう姿勢で飛んでるのかわからなくなる瞬間があったんだ。
That's a unique feeling. You might be the only one who's gone out there whizzing around the night sky upside down. No one else knows what that's like.
そうかもね。もしかしたらそういう感覚の狂いがあったからうまく体を動かせたのかもしれない。
What do you mean?
いつもと違う感覚が研ぎ澄まされたというか、上を向いていても下を向いていても関係ないと思えたというか。
The only landmark you had was the moon. It's an interesting theory.
マサヤの指示がなかったら何度も海に落ちてたと思う。
I'm glad you didn't. I don't even want to imagine how bad it would have been if she'd ended up in the sea in the dark. I'll never let her do something like this again.
うん。
Misaki shuffles closer in silence. What's up?
いや、テンションが落ちてきたら夜空を見上げて飛んでる時の怖さだけが残って不安な気持ちになってきた。暗闇に吸い込まれそうだったからさ。
Should I put my arm around you at times like this? Misaki pouts and glares at me.
許可を取らずにそうしてくれたらいいと思うんだけど。
Good point. I put an arm around Misaki's shoulder and pull her toward me. She nods in satisfaction.
それでよし。
Thank you.
これからは私が抱きしめてほしそうにしてたら時と場所を選ばずするように。
That last bit is a bit much to ask. I couldn't do it at school or in the middle of town.
育児なし。
Just try not to make a scene in public. We end up looking at the moon through the window as we embrace.
はあ、月に怯えるなんて幼い子供みたいで恥ずかしいかも。
No, it's good that you're scared. I'm glad you haven't lost that fear.
怖いが大切ってどういうこと？
If you never got scared in a match, you just keep trying to pull off reckless stunts one after the other.
だけど怖くて仕掛けられなかったら何もできずに終わるよ。
I can't deny what Messiah is saying that, on that first sentence there. That's going too far in the other direction. You have to be... You have to be the right level of timid. Is that a feint? Are they trying to draw me in? You'll never be strong unless you can think like that.
また頭を使えって話か。
Talking about using her head again. We are. Fear is a powerful emotion. If you can use that to better yourself, then you'll come out even stronger.
恐怖は強い感情か。私の負けたらどうしようっていうのも恐怖だよね。
I know.
私の試合のやり方って思いっきりが良すぎるとこあるかな。
A little. Still, your specialty is close-range dogfights. It's probably for the best you wipe away that fear. Fear could dull her momentary judgments, so she may be better off running on instinct. However, I think Inui gets afraid.
乾さんがあんなに圧倒的な雰囲気があるのに
If she didn't, she'd never have thought up those tactics, and she wouldn't be able to pull them off either. If you see a chance to get a point, you go for it. But I imagine Inui would still prioritize her height advantage.
乾さんが怖がりか。
Well, it's just a hypothesis. She could also be pushing her desires to go in for an all-out fight to the back of her mind.
アスカはどうなのかな。
Asuka, huh? She doesn't seem that afraid in general, but I know she was at least frightened during the second half of her match with Shindo-san. I think she's the kind of person who finds being scared fun. Everyone who gets scared wants to take a step forward and see what lies on ahead, at least to a certain extent.
なるほどね。私は逆だ。怖いと逃げ出したくなるもん。
Nothing wrong with that, Misaki. Most people would probably think the way you are. You are thinking. Says the girl who didn't run and instead mastered the art of inverted flight.
あ、そうか。私もちゃんとしてるってことだ。そっか。そうなんだ。自分のことそう思うのってちょっと不思議かもしれない。
You did a really good job.
ありがとう。
Misaki shyly casts her eyes to the floor.
あのさ、 マサヤはもっとギュッとしたらいいと思う。
I do so, holding her tight in my arm, but not to the point of hurting her. Sorry about that. Had to pause the recording. I had to squash another mosquito. You guys on YouTube probably didn't know, but there was a mosquito that I had to squash during the H scene. So talk about making, you know, the H scene less immersive. Okay, this good?
それでいいですよ。
So, what's bothering you?
満月がさ、
Yeah?
満月が綺麗だなって思って。
Right? So?
いや、それだけなんだけどね。好きな男の子にギュッとされながら月を見上げるのって素敵なことかもしれないって思って。
Misaki begins to tremble. Oh, she's about to say something she finds embarrassing.
私と月とどっちが綺麗かな。
Why is this BGM playing again? We just had an H sin, damn it! Don't do this game. Please, dear God. Ah. Can't say I expected that. I bet she's trying to set the mood for us to make out. But that went way too far. Are you serious? Can't complain though, since it probably took a lot out of her to work up the courage to say that. Game, don't do this to me. I'm pretty sure I can feel Misaki heating up. I've got to say something. So, thank you.
私を追い詰めるようなことを言ったら耳たぶか鼻か舌かやりやすそうなとこを噛みちぎる。本気で言ってる。
Thank you. Thank you, Misaki. Don't mean it. What did I do to deserve such a terrifying girlfriend? Relax. I'm not gonna piss you off. So like, you know the word lunatic?
知らないけど、月 キっぽいとかそういう意味？マサヤの頭はピカピカでルナティックだなとかそういう使い方で合ってる？
I'm not bald, and my head doesn't sparkle. I've got a full head of hair up there.
私は将来の話をしてるの。
Is he gonna go bald, is what you mean? I definitely won't go bald, okay? I don't know what the percentage of males go bald, but I think it's actually pretty high. I don't go bald, but I do shave my hair a lot. I actually don't like long hair simply because it's high maintenance. I don't mind long hair, but yeah, I don't like taking care of it. There's no way that'll happen, right?
それでマサヤのハゲティックがどうかしたの？
Don't make up words! It's lunatic! Got it? Misaki's talking nonsense again to help regain her footing from her previous embarrassment. She probably wants to put all this behind her as fast as possible. In the old days, people used to think that spending too much time in the moonlight would make you lose your mind. You were saying earlier how staring at the moon for so long drove your senses mad.
そっか。私って昔の人と感性が一緒なんだ。
That was a weird transition in dialogue, okay? You see the moon a lot in art, so I'm guessing it's a feeling that hasn't changed much over the years. Anyway, lunatic basically means that you're mad or you've lost your mind.
月の光を浴びると頭がおかしくなるか。そういうことっていかにもありそう。
Fortunately, I haven't spent enough time under the moon to be a lunatic, but
けど
I think I'm a Misakitic. Oh my god. Shut the fuck up, Messiah. That is so bad.
ミサキティック？
You're just so cute that I'm losing my mind, so I'm a Misakitic. This is so bad. Misaki, don't fall for this. This is so bad, damn you. Misaki clamps her lips shut, her head trembling. I'm a Misakitic. I double down. Thank you, Misaki. If you were gonna blush from that, I would have actually been, like, you know, face palming my face. A stifled laugh escapes her lips.
笑えばいい？それとも喜べばいい？
Nah, laughing is good, Misaki. Either's fine by me. I keep a completely straight face and whisper, Misakitic.
何よそれ。なんかいろいろとずるいと思う。
That's just how madly I'm in love with you, Misaki.
じゃあ私はマサヤティックだ。
What is this? Misakitic.
マサヤティック。
Damn, these, in Japanese, they're called bakapuru. So basically like, two idiots, two, lovebirds that are idiotic. She roars with laughter. Her body bumps against mine with every giggle.
なんかもうめちゃくちゃだけど、ありがとね。マサヤがいるから、私はここまで来れたんだ。
I'm in the same boat here. I'm only here because you are.
マサヤがいてくれてよかった。ミサキティックになってくれてありがとね。
She says playfully, then presses her cheek up against me like a pampered kitten.
イチャイチャしよう。そして唇が腫れない程度にキスしよう。
I'll do my best. Misaki shuts her eyes and tappers her lips, so I gently press my own against hers. I also start vigorously stroking Misaki's hair. You're so cute! She starts bumping her forehead against my chest.
もうマサヤはかっこいいな。もう
Come on now, look this way. I press my lips against hers once more. Okay, I shouldn't be voice acting those stupid sound effects. God damn it. I convey my feelings through these kisses.
こんな気持ちよくなるキスをしたらイチャイチャじゃなくなる。
Stop! Don't go further than this. We just had sex, Misaki. Sorry.
マサヤはエッチだ。
He is. I'm not the only one around here.
それは否定できないけど。
I start stroking her hair again. Congrats on mastering inverted flight.
ありがとう。でもこれはマサヤのおかげだから。
It came down to your hard work, though.
その言葉素直に受け取るから。
It is. We hug each other tight. I love her so much. Just being together with her like this is so much fun. I wish this moment could last forever. Oh my god, there's another mosquito! Did I get it? Okay, I got it. Didn't have to pause the recording this time. Didn't want to ruin the music. But inside, I smile wryly. The world isn't that kind.
秋の大会頑張るから。
And I'm gonna help you. Let's give them hell together.
これからもずっとよろしくね。
We squeeze down on each other again. Let's give them hell together. 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 My heart starts to pulsate. I begin to feel sick. That means not just Misaki, but me too. And not just in the meaning of supporting her. I can feel her within my arms. If I made my own comeback, then I have the right to hold her in my arms. But even though she's working so hard, I just don't think I have it in me. Even now. I can see all her hard work right in front of me. And yet I...
マサヤ
Huh? What's up?
痛くないからもっとギュッとしていいよ。
Okay.
まあはっきり言ってこの場のテンションだけで言っちゃうけど、少しくらいマサヤを引っ張ったって私は壊れないから。壊れやすい私だけどそのくらいは頼りにしていいから。
I smile wryly. Sorry. Guess she noticed my strange mood. Must be easy for that to happen when you're holding someone close. Sometimes I do feel a sense of anxiety when I look at her. When you take a moment to think about it, Misaki can be a bit of a troublesome girlfriend. But you don't even need to think to know that I'm a troublesome boyfriend.
大丈夫だよ。私は絶対に逃げたりしないから。
Well, the thing is, Misaki, Messiah might be the one that's gonna run away. Thank you. I won't either. I try and brush aside the fear that's welling up inside me. I promise I'll never run. We hug each other tighter, the silver moon glistening in a corner of my eye. It's fine. I'm fine. Really. I'm going to support Misaki from the very bottom of my heart. I know I'm capable of at least that much. I repeat that thought over and over in my mind. What's up? Misaki twists around to look out the window.
この窓から月を見ているのって月を窓枠の中に捕まえたってことにならないかな。
Huh?
月を小さな枠の中に閉じ込めてしまったわけ。これって私のやろうとしてる戦術でしょ？
Yeah.
うまいことを言ったでしょ。
The moon's been caught inside a small frame.
手を伸ばせば簡単にタッチできそう。っていうかできるよ。
Misaki stretches out a hand and presses a fingertip against where the moon is displayed through the glass. Ah, I see that typo. Glass.
ほらできた。
If you can catch the moon, then you should be able to trap any opponent within your frame.
今は脳内麻薬がドバドバ出ているからこんなことを言うのかもしれないけど。
Misaki's eyes are filled with determination. I'm pretty sure this isn't just because of her mood. This must be how she truly feels.
どんな選手だって私の距離に閉じ込めてみせる。
Yeah. I listened to her with admiration.
それができるようになるんだったら、私に何をしたっていいから。私はちゃんと耐えるから。
I know. I shook her head. Misaki's the cool one, really. Not me. I'll do everything I can to get you there.
頼りにしてる。
Misaki gives a casual nod.
行けるとこまでは行ってみる。そうじゃなくて。
Misaki smiles with her whole face.
行けるとこまで行ってみたい。行ってみるだと仕方がなくみたいだし、必ず行くなんて約束は私にできるわけないし。
If you want to get there, then I'm sure you will, Misaki.
そこがどこなのかまだ全然わかんないのにさ、行ける気だけがしてるんだよね。
That's what becoming stronger is all about. I think Misaki is feeling a mix of baseless self-confidence and self-confidence grounded in the results of her practice. That baseless self-confidence is what makes her aim far off into the distance. The grounded self-confidence is what gives her the strength to get there. I know you'll get stronger, Misaki.
強くなるよ。
Misaki gives me a diligent nod, then leans toward me pleadingly.
強くなれたらいいですにゃー。
She anxiously presses her head into my shoulder.
自信と不安と他にもいろいろ感情がぐるぐるしてる。
I'll share those emotions with you. Misaki gives several repeated nods, then once again presses her finger to the moon.
やる。私はやるんだ。
She repeats those words as if she's casting a spell. Okay, I think this is actually the perfect time for me to end the episode. Damn, this final chapter has actually been going for more than 6 episodes now, I believe. So this has actually been pretty long. We should be able to finish up the route next week though, for sure, right? If not, that damn. If Misaki's route is like going to be the baseline for what the other routes are like, then yeah, the other routes might actually be super long too. Well, not super long, right? But probably like upwards to 10 hours. This game is long, man. I think the common route was about 24 hours, and then if each route is 10 hours, that's gonna take me at least 64 hours. Damn. So, what I did notice though throughout this whole route is that they really backline the romance aspect of the game too, right? It is still natural for Misaki personally for me, but I wonder what's going to happen in Asuka and Mashiro's route. Would the romance be a lot more unnatural? I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, it does still feel like we're kind of Deus Ex Machina-ing the story so far about how Misaki got the inverted flight suddenly out of nowhere. But that still doesn't mean that she's gonna win against Inui or Asuka. She got a secret weapon, that's for sure. But I am still very excited about what's gonna happen in the fall tournament. But yeah, this is where I'm gonna call it an episode. Hopefully, the next episode could be the finale, because I really want to have a climax of good FC combat on the next episode. Because we've been on the training arc for a good 6 episodes, man. That's a while. But hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. And so far, I gotta say, if you guys want the H scenes, they are pretty good in this game. In the story, they're not as good space-wise, but if you just want to see the H scenes, they're actually pretty good. That's what I'm trying to say. And of course, Patreon now has free members. So for you guys on YouTube that hasn't become a Patreon free member yet, feel free to do so, because they will be getting first episode previews or future playthroughs. So I will see you guys on the next one.